Hello, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Live. I'm here with my lovely guest here, Gigi, and you want to say hi?
Hey, MC, and hello, citizens. How are we today? It's good to see you guys this fresh Friday. We're here for a new show, y'all. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, let's get to it. So, first of all, 3.11 is out on P2, I believe. Wave 1 hit just yesterday. I'm not sure if they're on what wave they're on at the moment or which patch they are. But yeah, I've been hearing good things about the patch. They released a patch note. I posted into the Twitch chat for people. Did you get a take chance to look at the patch note for 3.1? GG? Uh, but yeah, so the testing focus, according to the Spectrum post, they have testing new cargo docks, new space station layout, couple of weapons, a shotgun and launcher, front end refactor, and green zone removal, inventory interactions, and T1 and countermeasures, missile for missile. So that should be interesting. Good to see them when it finally flesh those out.
When they find this fresh blood out.
So, all right. So let's get started with the show. First off, we're gonna roll the video or the screenshot. Oh, sorry. So yeah, so while we're waiting, I haven't played the P2 myself, but I generally wait until the we go to live. Uh, okay. So this is the okay, yeah, the medical stuff. I saw this on the
Oh, yeah,
on the
about the
newsletter.
medical career.
Mhm. Are you into medical stuff? Yeah, you do.
I don't really do medical stuff, but like I usually like to play secondary, so I would and I could. I'd be down. I would be like more like if somebody else had a Cuddy Red, I'd work on the ship, but I wouldn't own one. I'm not that deep into it.
Yeah, I will be more likely to be a customer than someone who actually works on a ship, or a patient rather. So, so I think that item is like a what do we call it? A syringe replacement. I've seen them kind of stuff like that on Star Trek, where you
Yeah,
inject the fluid into the vial and inject the patients with it.
that was what I would think. Either that or you're drawing blood.
That's true. Also, it could be both.
And these look like
And
inhalers, or
swabs,
is that
alcohol
maybe like
swabs.
small test tubes or something? Um, hmm. Chat, do you
So,
guys think that this is going to be used in game? Because I'm a little shaky. I don't know. This is a lot. I'm trying to imagine running around and eating an inhaler in a video game.
I'm pretty sure it. My personal opinion, some of it will be, maybe not in the, maybe that. Well, I can see the case for inhaler. Like if you're on a planet and it has oxygenation in the atmosphere, you may take a shot to help improve your breathing. I can see
I guess
that.
so. Yeah. But that's still, I don't know. Immersion's great, but that might be a bit much. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
This
see
is
how
Chris
they do
Roberts.
what they do with it. Watch this space on that one.
So next up, we're going to show a trailer. I have my opinions on it. I don't know if Dee Dee's seen it yet, but
We both, buddy.
but let's check it out.
So what's really unique about Odyssey in the Elite Dangerous universe is that for the very first time we're going to allow people to set foot on the planets and in spaceports and explore the world in this new perspective.
We've tried to maintain what we felt was a core part of Elite,
this is the right trailer?
which is freedom of choice.
And we really embraced
this looks
that
like
with
Star
Odyssey,
Citizen.
and have transposed all of those
It's
careers
like they're
back
trying
down
so
onto an
hard
on-foot
to make Star
experience.
Citizen
So when
before
you're
Star
picking your
Citizen
base
comes
suit
out,
in
right?
Odyssey,
Like, come on,
and you're
guys.
really picking it based on the career and
Really?
activities that you want to undertake.
okay.
Each of the suits has its own
Trying to beat them to the
strengths
punch.
and weaknesses.
So for instance, there'll be a suit that skews towards exploration, a suit that skews towards combat, and also a suit which you might want to wear if you were to go scavenging.
I mean,
hunting
it's
through
so
wrecks to find
blatant.
bits of equipment that might be useful to you.
Odyssey will provide players with a clear
blatant,
choice.
but okay.
They're free to take missions, either from mission boards or mission givers.
I'm not gonna
or
lie to you,
players
like,
can
because
go
when I
out
first
and explore.
So we allow the
Up, I
player to
wasn't
disembark
paying
at
attention.
outposts,
I
planetports,
just saw it as
spaceports. So
something
all
I
of these are
should
great
watch, right?
places
And I
to
didn't
find
look at
work and
the
undertake
title.
missions, but
And
also
I
now
thought
you
I
can go
was
to our new
looking at Star
settlements,
Citizen
which
for
are
about the
kind of
first
more
5 to
Dust
7
Bowl,
seconds.
Wild West,
And then I was looking,
towns
no,
that you
no, I don't
find
know
on the
these devs.
edges
This
of
is Elite
civilization.
Dangerous.
When
Are
find
you
yourself
kidding
on
me?
I think you'll want
Wait,
to
wait,
travel into
producer,
them and
producer,
see
is
what
this the
lay
right
of
trailer?
land
Are you
is,
sure this is
see what
Star Citizen?
options and,
Seriously?
opportunities they offer, and decide which way you're going to play.
With Odyssey, for the first time, we'll have fully modelled and fully animated characters appearing in game, and they will feel part of the universe and extend the narrative that's there.
They will be moving through these spaces, you'll be able to interact with them, some of them will speak to you, so we've had to work on getting those
Straight up
performances
SU.
right.
It's a whole new way of exploring the game.
A
You're
bartender.
here,
Come
the
on,
settlement,
guys.
How alive it
Just
is. You hear announcers. You go into buildings and the soundscape changes. It's the very first time that you're experiencing the sounds of Elite Dangerous, not inside a ship or inside a little vehicle, but inside a body.
Meeting people who you can relate to in places is the way you can feel grounded in this quite fantastical universe. And there's going to be a lot of players transferring from the main game who have never experienced this before but will understand how it feels to be in that universe.
All of the NPCs that you encounter in Odyssey are all generated as part of the background sim. So if I go to a port or a settlement, the NPCs that I'm going to find there will be affiliated with the faction that owns that settlement. So we're driving some personality into our NPCs via the background sim connection, and I think that's an amazing addition.
One of our new features
What?
and new characters
The
works
hollow
for a
table.
corporation
That was
called
the hollow
Apex Interstellar.
table.
Players will be able to book journeys to and from ports within jump range. This gives a way for those players to actually move around the galaxy for a relatively cheap fee and experience gameplay.
Did someone get from
away
SU get
from-
fired?
So within the on-foot gameplay, the primary way of earning credits is to actually undertake missions and obviously complete them successfully. But you can also
I'm not
do
sure, but
some
I think
slightly more
Frontiers
nefarious acts.
and,
Maybe you'll go to settlements.
Austin also.
steal
I may be wrong
items,
about
sell
that.
them onto the black market. Or you could become an explorer and collect samples from our new organic life.
With Odyssey, we've worked really hard to maintain player agency. We want players to have the choice about how they play Elite. If players want to continue in their ship gameplay, absolutely. If they want to engage in on-foot gameplay, perfect. If they want to do both, even better.
And that really has always been at the heart of Elite. It's not the game we're telling you how to play it, it's the game that you are creating your own story in. We're really looking forward to seeing how our players take that story forward and how they develop it.
I am so disgusted. Like,
But
they didn't even try to not look like they were just repeating Star Citizen. Like, they didn't even attempt. It's
by the way,
so blatant.
before we get into more to this, I just want to remind people the 8-year anniversary is in 8 days, so stay tuned for that. I don't think we've gotten much information about that yet, but hopefully we can get some more information soon. But back to this video, though. Yeah, if you want to join us, hop into Discord to talk about this trailer. It's I don't know what to call it. I want to say Star Citizen Light, Star Citizen-ish.
Right? Like Star Citizen-esque.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one too. Colossal, come on in.
Colossal, let's go, sir. I know you got something to say. Come on. Come on in.
Hey, welcome. All right, let's have it, Colossal.
I'm an Elite Dangerous fan. I get it. But boy, this is a sham mockery. This is a sham mockery to the highest order. Because I understand, those of us that follow Elite Dangerous, when they came out with Elite Dangerous Horizons, they had a 10-year plan, and they wasn't going to tell us what was going on within those 10 years until they got close. I get it, Thargoids and all that stuff like that. But I mean, I was listening and I was waiting for them to say this is the first time this has ever happened in any genre. They didn't say that at least. They didn't say that. They just said that this is the first time that this happened in this game. So I gave them credit for that. But everything that I saw here was Star Citizen on a lower scale.
Star Citizen
and this was Star Citizen Light. The graphics was not as good. The guns that are hanging on the same side of the backpack that you see is with Star Citizen. The space stations look the same as Star Citizen. The outlay looked the same as Star Citizen. I love Elite Dangerous, but as far as creativity, you don't get it. Not for this, because Star Citizen already has this, and it's already been going on for a hot minute. I'm not trying to be biased. I do love Elite Dangerous, but I'm calling a sham on this. I think they need to give credit to where credit is due, and Star Citizen clearly is the pioneer of this type of setup, and Elite Dangerous just took it and said, it's Elite.
Yep.
So I'm kind of disturbed that Elite Dangerous
copy pasted and said, "Look what we did."
Yeah, I'm kind of disturbed that Elite Dangerous wasn't as creative or even more creative than Star Citizen. It kind of bothers me a little bit.
For worse.
I'm just being nice.
And because they don't have to do the P2 or quarter releases like Star Citizen does, they could probably get it out without quicker than Star Citizen will be. So yeah. But one thing I will say, as a devil's advocate, it's hard to do a space or a sci-fi game and not have some overlap. Like, I remember in 2016.
Yeah, it is, but this is extremely blatant. This is down to the same orange and white colored uniforms. This is the exact same game. I saw the genie in there. I saw some R&Rs, like the bartenders. Look at that.
The bartender, exactly. Man. Yeah.
If you don't know you're not looking at Star Citizen, you wouldn't know you're not looking at Star Citizen. That's trifling.
Some of the names are different, but other than that, yeah, like Pioneer Supplies, I don't recognize that as a Star Citizen. So I was like, well, that's new, but I wouldn't have paid enough mind then. But back in 2016, they had a CitizenCon. They had this desert armor, and people were saying, "Oh, that looks like Star Wars." But I mean, to their credit, it's hard to do desert armor that doesn't look like something else you've seen before. So,
but
I don't know what to say. I mean, on the bright side of Elite Dangerous, it's about darn time. People have been waiting on this for a long time with Elite Dangerous. They've been waiting on first person. They've been waiting on FPS. But once again, when you look at the aesthetics of Elite Dangerous, when you look at the things, when you look at graphically, they still don't have good visual graphics of any planet side or moon side approaches.
Mad Wolf, 100 bits. Hey, bro, thank you.
Thanks,
sir.
Mad.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Mad.
So I mean, they still don't have the opportunity for a player to walk inside his or her own ship. You know, so I mean, if you're one of those Elite Dangerous fans, I mean, this is gonna make you happy. And this is gonna say it's about time. But once again, I mean, if you're one of those people who likes to sit there and say we got there first, Elite Dangerous won't be proud to say that because they can't.
No, not by any
You know,
stretch.
so
I mean, on the technicality, they can say they were live or after launch, but yes.
So, citizens, if y'all would like to chat with us, come on, hit that Discord link, hop in the chat. We definitely are doing a say a secret word, and you might win something fun tonight, but you got to say it live and you got to say it in our chat. So, please do us a favor and jump in, talk with us, and maybe win something fun today. It'll be an Ursa Rover with 6 months insurance. I know y'all want that.
crap.
I know
Gigi,
you do.
fastcart,
Come on now.
man,
What?
teddy bear.
No.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying
Also,
to get
thank
this
you,
word
Hybrid
right.
Game, for the follow.
Thank
Will
you.
I be playing this? No, I will play Star Citizen because I will not downgrade. But, you know, that's just me.
Yeah, I've considered playing Elite Dangerous, but yeah, having learn a whole new flight mechanic and everything like that.
Exactly,
I
and
could
I don't want to
probably,
throw myself off for Star Citizen.
yeah, I could probably do that. I could probably learn both, but you know, as soon as try to juggle both games, yeah, I don't want to do that. I have a hard enough time trying to fly in Star Citizen actually. So
Thank
yeah.
you. I'm a terrible enough pilot. I don't need to make things worse.
I'll jump in it from time to time. I just got to see how it's like. I really do.
Well, here's a
But
question for you: do you have trouble dropping back and forth?
between Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous,
Right.
yes. I mean, the flight mechanics are different. So I mean, you can easily. I mean, there are people that go and say, "Oh, you can make the same bindings for Elite Dangerous as well as Star Citizen." Yes, that may take a little bit of time, but the flight mechanics are different. I believe you got what jump drives in Elite Dangerous versus quantum drives in Star Citizen and things like that. Um, Elite Dangerous is a good game. They both. I've always said it from the time I started playing Elite Dangerous Horizons and the time I started playing Star Citizen. Uh, I don't think you can compare the two. I think they're different in their own unique perspective. I think you'll enjoy playing both and not have to worry about any competition between the two. But you know, there are people who are going to sit there, and I mean, I just did it today. Who's going to sit there and come out and say this is ridiculous, or you know, they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. Obviously, so it seems like both of these games will be the ones that are going to try to compete for this type of genre. Now that Elite Dangerous just put this out now it puts them on a different level.
This is my second time or third time going through this trailer. That button that gets me every single time. I think that's the biggest,
For me, it's the holo table. Because the
holo
holo table
table.
just came. Like, I was so happy for it in Star Citizen to see that, like, hijacked and tossed in the Elite Dangerous really doesn't, you know, it don't settle well with me.
Well, I mean, it's not just the holo table. Look at the
It's
uniforms that are
everything.
out
Just
there.
look
Look at
at
the
everything.
right, the weapons rack. The weapons rack is
Yeah, the weapons rack.
identical to Star Citizen. They could have made it different. They could have made it to where it was maybe a
They
holo
didn't
table
even
weapons rack or
try
something like
to
that.
make it not look like it was Star
Right, you
Citizen.
know. So I mean, and look at this one. Look at that picture. That picture right there. Didn't I say that
Yep.
looks like right there Avatar?
Look
That
at
looks like
that. Look at
Avatar.
that.
And did not tell
Come on, man.
CIG to give us an Avatar type holo table. Okay, if you've seen the Avatar guys, look at Avatar and you see a nice little holo table in the Avatar. That right there, that picture right there reminds me of that. And it's gonna be interesting to see how they put that in game. CIG, get on your business because I want that holo table from Avatar in the game.
Yep.
You'll probably get it. It might be after Elite Dangerous to get theirs out.
Interesting.
And the other thing that
I
gets
don't
me
know
that
if the first release is to say who gets to say they did it first, because it was already known that it was going to be in Star Citizen. So I don't know if that quite counts.
I mean, you're gonna have a strong saying, GG, from the Elite Dangerous people that's gonna try to sit there and bolster Elite Dangerous as the first one to do it. But even the Elite Dangerous people who came over to Star Citizen play it will tell you that is a farce. They would have to agree with that.
Hmm.
You know, they would have to agree with that because we got some people from ED that are over there at Star Citizen right now, and I would love for them to sit there and come with that type of a fib.
By the way, just as an aside, CIG brought in $3 million in crowdfunding in September, and this is the second lowest, and the second lowest in a month for 2020. So I think people are just, I think people are just trying to.
People are struggling. So is that surprising?
No, I think. Yeah, this is usually the low month, because I think people are saving up for October and November.
Fair enough.
So for the anniversary sale, and then the whatever comes out for CitizenCon or CitizenCon, whatever they do for CitizenCon this year, people are gonna just saving them money to get that next thing, because I think October is probably gonna be a big month. So
yeah, I'm hoping we get to see some fun stuff this month. I was so excited to go to CitCon, so not being able to go, I'm bummed about it.
You and everyone else, I'm included.
Nice if they had that whole thing ready. That's up to you. I'm fine, but it'd be nice. It's nice if they have that whole C ready. But I just wanted to chime in and say hello to you guys. It's always good to see you guys. So
thank you for stopping in.
Absolutely, I'm glad you guys let me go ahead and get that off my chest, because I.
Hey, you weren't the only one.
I saw you in the chat like, this is a farce.
It's a farce. It's a sham mockery. It's full of malarkey. So, anyways, happy Soul Citizen to you all.
Take care. Thank you, Colossal. So next we're going to talk about Star Citizen Live and the terrain stuff today. So,
and when it comes to the painting tools,
made the terrain a lot better.
One important aspect that probably not many people think of right away when we talk about it or mention it like this, but a speed increase for us means that we have more time to iterate, right? If I have to do 1 paint pass instead of 5 paint passes, that means I have 5 times as much time or 5 times longer to spend on this content and really polish it out until it works the way I wanted to, and spend more time raising quality, polishing things out, tweaking things, adjusting, and so on.
So yeah, to talk about details and polishing, and let me turn myself down in the stream. Sorry about that. I'm interested in this stuff. I'm more in like learning about ships and stuff, but the next one is up.
I mean, it's just.
Oh, okay.
What?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I happened to go down and just, see. It was amazing, the textures and the layers, and there's flora on the moons now. There's plants. It's insane. And you get out there, you see little things waving in the breeze, and I ran up to the edge of the water and nearly fell in, but I didn't. Ha ha, I didn't. But it was very fun. It was very cool to see. It was nice to watch, something be so beautiful and see them having put so much effort and energy into it, and watching things come together. It's always nice.
Well, I have to stay away from water too, because I can't float. But I mean,
besides, I don't.
It's good to. It's good to see this kind of stuff, because I mean, you hear them how fast it's going to be. Like that's the 5 times the difference. You get this stuff and other stuff out too. So, I mean, stuff will be coming hopefully, like quicker.
Yeah.
After this.
So this height map that we've been working on, we've seen that it's in this one place we focus on, but we also have seen that it's replicated in other places.
Yeah.
What's that breakup like? How many different patches are there on a planet? How do you keep these things from being too repetitious? Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
The power of DevTools. You can see that what we have been adjusting and modifying right now is index or patch number 3, right? You refer to it as patches. It's actually okay. We tweaked patch number 3. Right next to us is patch number 0. And let me show you something. We have a list in our Planet Editor tools. Whoops. Let's actually put it in here. It's okay. So this is something that we don't show off quite
by numbers,
but you can see that we have our ecosystems, and what we call as ecosystems are all the height maps, right? This is the list of all the height maps that we use on all our planets. We have hills, we have ice dunes, we have the mining pit. Or you can actually also let's do it properly here. You have a preview of all of it here. You have the mining pits, you have mountains eroded, and all of that stuff, right? So it's a huge library of height maps, all kinds of flatlands, beaches, and so on and so on. So what I can do is simply select that second patch, and for instance, fill it with something entirely different, which is
let's do Mountain Billowy.
Mountain Billowy 02.
That's my favorite.
All right. Let's jump back to our spot. Oh, that was actually 3, not 2. Sorry, 3. Whoops. And now turn this off so you can actually see what's happening. And this is a good demonstration of the question that was asked previously. See, these are the billowy mountains, and you can see that the data already adjusted. But if I go back and put in something entirely new, now, plop, see, everything moved with it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was interesting. It's going to be creating more hills and mountains and stuff like that. More stuff for me to avoid when trying to ride my vehicle. That's going to be fun. Or more stuff for me to fall off of, because I can probably see myself going off a cliff sometime. And next clip.
That's cool. Get closer to that. I want to see that.
You can see where bedrock is. Automatically, we get these bedrock assets spawning in.
Is that a
defining
volcano?
out these slopes, because it is just displacing upwards. So
looks like one.
If you want more silhouette from it, you have to put assets on top, which we scatter on top procedurally as we do with anything else. And that's how we can detail these out.
So I'm interested in seeing GG versus the volcano. I think that'll be an interesting episode of the next Soul Citizen, or not next Soul Citizen, but whenever this comes out.
Volcano.
You're not messing with those.
Volcano. GG will end up in the volcano, and nobody will have a good time. It's not gonna work.
How long do you think?
Involved. But all those are pretty cool. It's looking like we're gonna start getting real actual mountains. We're gonna get some stuff with some true height pretty soon. You know what I mean? Instead of just having the kind of low ridges and the little hills and valleys, it's gonna be
that poor man got out. But I think some people, a new profession may emerge in the game, like a new profession called mountain climbing. They'll see a mountain and they want to climb it in game. So You don't? You think? What do you think of that?
Me climbing a mountain?
No, not you, but anyone.
Oh.
Anyone.
Okay. Well, if anyone else is climbing a mountain, that would be really cool. I'd probably stand and watch and see if they fall or not.
But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. It'll be something like I can see myself like not climbing it, but trying to take a vehicle up it to get some minerals. I mean, I can only assume they're gonna have resources on there, minimal resources.
Would not be climbing a mountain even in game. That's just not a GG thing to be doing. I think I'm a little too brown from mountain climbing. Come on, you guys, come in the chat and chat with us today so you can win a prize. We are giving away an Ursa rover if you get in the chat and you say the secret word. So you get 6 months insurance on it too, y'all. So, come on in and do the thing.
I'm trying so hard not to say the secret word.
Don't hug the mountain. That's maybe not going to feel very good.
Hey. No, you got to go to the Discord. You can't yell out words and
right. You can't say it in the chat. No, you can't say it in the chat. You got to come in the Discord and say it live.
Exactly.
You have to come in the Discord and say it live. You cannot say it in the chat. Thank you very much.
Stop trying. Stop trying. So yeah, like I said earlier, the 8th anniversary is coming up. Should be interesting. Should be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'm pretty sure it will be interesting because this is the first year that CIG will be doing something without a Citizen Con. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was hoping I could hang out with you around your birthday and do Bar Citizen and have a good time. I'm super bummed about not being able to go. I really am.
Oh, as an aside, instead of doing my birthday on the Tuesday on the base radio, we're doing a special episode of Fight the Rhythm from its whole 80s show. So I'll be playing some music, not DJing live, but yeah. So if you're interested in some R&B and stuff like that, check that out on the base radio. But we have a new guest.
In some R&B.
Cool. So we have a new guest. In case you people didn't catch that was STO Youngblood. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
Doing well. So what do you think of the video that we just watched? Either the Star Citizen Live or the Elite Dangerous trailer?
I think I popped in at the tail end of that. I didn't see any of it, to be honest with you.
Okay. So how about, what do you think are going to happen for the 8th anniversary then?
Man, I have no idea. It's funny because they keep saying, it's going to be in game. We're not doing anything, and in person. It's going to be this and that. So if I had to guess, I think what we're probably getting is something similar to some of the the flight expos that we've seen before. I think that's probably what we're going to see, and probably something with the fireworks like we saw at the stations. I'm guessing it's going to be an in-game celebration, leveraging some of the assets that we've already had.
As far as I can remember, they do the expo in November for the anniversary style, but for CitizenCon, I hope maybe they're doing another Invictus event.
Yeah, I think it's going to feel like an expo. I think it's going to feel like the Invictus event. I don't know. I think they've got something up their sleeve. I know that they've asked some creators and other people to come in and be able to provide why do I enjoy playing Star Citizen type of video, almost like in an interview setting. So I think it's probably setting everybody up to be able to say all right, here's a video about why the community is still engaged and we can't get together and do these types of things together. So let's talk about in person about what's fun. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's going to be something that's familiar in game because I think it's easy for them to implement.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true. And it's not like they had a massive amount of time to put something together. You know what I mean? Like they had known a year ago that they were going to have to do this way, maybe, but they haven't really had the opportunity.
I mean, they had since they canceled in May, I believe. So that's 5 months.
4 months? I don't know. Is that a lot of time for CIG?
Well, if they're not doing a full-on event like CitizenCon, it should be plenty of time to do video stuff. So, yeah, but for CitizenCon, you need more than 5 months, obviously. But
you know what I'm actually hoping out of it, though, is that this is a good opportunity. Like, we haven't seen Chris in a really long time. And typically CitizenCon is, let's get Chris out there and explain the vision of what's going to happen, right? And love him, hate him, whatever. At the end of the day, you typically have an experience where you get really pumped about what's coming, and then you get disappointed later in the year because it gets pushed back and back and back. But regardless, I think what I would really like to see out of this is maybe like getting back to like the 10 for the chairman. The days where Chris just sat down in front of a camera with him and a camera guy and basically just said, like, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. And maybe it's not just Chris, maybe it's the panel. We've seen kind of those pillar talks that end up being like the almost like quarterly updates that have also kind of fallen off recently. And I think it would just be really exciting, maybe not exciting, refreshing to have an opportunity to kind of hear what direction are we taking at this point. And they could really make it feel very real, very important, very I don't know, transparent to say this is where we're at, because there's a lot of uncertainty out there. I mean, delays, things slipping between patches, some of the lawsuits that have been going on. Like, if we just had somebody come out and say, like, this is where we're at, this is what we're struggling with, this is what we're trying to accomplish again, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that is important at this point.
I just want to say two things real quick. Chat, stop trying to guess the word in chat. You have to be in our Discord.
We already told y'all you cannot guess the word in chat.
Yeah, you guys just spam it for no reason. But my second point was, I can see them doing some presentations like they normally do. It may not be. You mentioned 10 for the chairman. Or I was expecting like a chairman letter or something like that. But more than that, maybe Tony G will give us an update on the quantum and stuff like that. Maybe they won't be as long or as extensive that they would be in the CitizenCon, but I can see them doing, maybe the writers will have that little video, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, everybody's at home. We're all doing Zoom stuff now. We're all on Discord. Whatever the medium is, it doesn't really matter. But I think if you have the right people on and they can kind of talk about what they're working on, I mean, if you think about last year's CitizenCon, right? Like, you had like Tony Zurovec talking about like the Galaxy system, where he's talking about like how like NPCs spawn and where it makes sense, and then where there's the law, where's the pilots or pirates. Like, I think they have an easy way to address that. Right now, they don't need to be big and showy. I think they can come out and just have informational talks, and I think that makes a big difference. Like, that's what I want to see. I think it probably ends up being almost a hybrid of let's just get down to brass tacks and we'll talk. It may not be flashy, but it may be like Tony showing something on a whiteboard while he's sitting in his living room presenting. But then there's something in the game that feels familiar, like I talked about with like the Invictus or the Expo weeks, that kind of gives you that feel in game that's a little bit different. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I think there's opportunities there to still meet the needs of what people are wanting to see.
Two more things. You mentioned a whiteboard. I could see them doing a whiteboard and have some kind of Easter egg on it, like they did for the Aries, I believe.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago. So they might do that. That's a good idea. But the other thing is if and when they put out a new ship, and if it is doing whatever they do for CitizenCon, how soon should we expect a should you buy video about it from you?
35 minutes later.
35 minutes, that's all?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty quick on them, It all depends on the time, though, right? Like, if it's, like when I'm, if it's after hours and I don't have my kids, like, yeah, I can get it out pretty quick. If it's, a work time and I can force a meeting in there and I can do it, then it comes out pretty quick. But if it's, I don't know, But yeah, I try and get them out as fast as I possibly can.
Does anybody have any ship predictions? Maybe maybe they're gonna give us a ship or two.
I mean, they've been leaking stuff on the Redeemer recently, and I mean, I think the community wants more Redeemer. I want more Redeemer.
Are you going to get one, or do you have one already?
I've got one in buyback, and I'll tell you my biggest concern, but it makes sense from a balance perspective, is as a pilot, I like to control a lot of my weaponry myself. So when you start talking about the Redeemer now that has 2 to 3 guns that are pilot controlled, and then you've got turrets that have 2 size 5 Gatling guns on them, you put a lot of trust and faith in in your gunners, and the turret experience has improved, but it's not great still. And we still don't really understand what you're going to be able to do from like slaving the turrets to the pilot through like the blade system. So I don't know. Like if I can have my pilot controlled weaponry plus one of those 2 by size 5 Gatling gun turrets, I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, the Prowler right now is one of the more overpowered ships in the game, and that's 2 size 5s and 2 size 3s. I mean, that's talk about adding that on top of what the Prowler or the Redeemer is able to do, and it's pretty nasty.
Do you have a favorite ship or like a series of ships that you like?
Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm going like I make a lot of money in the verse by just doing like NPC bounty hunting, and typically I just do the Prowler's kind of been my go-to. I've got 2 of the size 3 laser repeaters and 2 of the size 5 laser repeaters, and I go to town and it does a pretty good job. The Freelancer Miss used to be that. I don't love the way it flies right now. Right now though, if I'm doing like one-on-one combat, my Saber is my favorite. The overclocked Mantises, when you can run 4 of them, not to mention you have 3 shield generators, is pretty impressive. So I'd say my Saber's probably my favorite ship to fly right now, but the Prowler is the one that I spend the most time in. I'm just waiting for the patch where I can run cargo again and not risk it, like not lose everything. Like back in 3.9, I lost 1.4 million in Laranite run, and it killed cargo for me. I haven't run anything.
I'm not gonna mess with any of that stuff until live, because I don't want to burn myself out doing missions over and over again that I'm gonna do it when it really counts. Because these server wipes. When after the last server wipe, then I'll be doing all that stuff as much as I can. I mean, maybe I am missing out on stuff because I don't know the ins and outs, or I don't know like the nuance or how to do things efficiently. But I'm pretty sure when the game gets out, I'll pick up on efficiency pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think the cargo piece is kind of easy. Like, and it's not like. One thing that's exciting about what they're doing with these cargo decks is they can start doing like cargo missions. So, you have like a Caterpillar, for example. Like if you're on a Caterpillar, it may cost you $300,000-$400,000 grand to run cargo. Well, if 30K happens and you lose that money because you had to purchase it in the first place, your profit margin there may have meant that you earned 100,000 credits, right? But if they're saying now that this is a mission, a 30K happens and you don't lose anything because you didn't have to purchase anything. Now all of a sudden you're able to just say, I'm willing to take this mission. It's got a 50,000 payout. Cut it in half even, because you're just running the cargo. You're not having to buy it and then sell it. You're just taking the mission. Well, that's a safer way to do cargo. And I think that's an easy entry point, especially for people that have ships like a Freelancer. Because you may not have the money from day one to be able to do anything with it, but if you're able to take a mission to fill it up and run it, your profit margin may not be the same, but it's still easy money, and that's big. That's a big win.
I mean, there's so many ways to make money. And
full back. Thank you, sir, for the 100 bits. We appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. There's so many ways to make money, but the way to make money now, and the more efficient way to make money now, will probably be totally different than when the game actually goes live.
Oh, 100%. I mean, a patch ago, it was massively different. Now all of a sudden we're sitting here looking at a rock the rock, a Gray Cat Rock is the best way to make money right now. But 311 hits, and I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case. So, yeah, I think it just you look at things and say like, yeah, okay, so 3.9, the best way to make money was trading. 3.10, the best way was to get a Gray Cat Rock. 3.11, we haven't really tested it. Like, it's out there. It's in PTU Wave 1, but we don't really know the best way to make money. I know they peeled back a little bit of the Rock's ability, but I don't know how much they did. It needed to be adjusted because it doesn't make sense that a mining buggy is going to make better money than the more expensive prospector that can break bigger rocks, the Mole, or eventually the Orion. So it's a balancing act, and I think the new stuff always performs better because it's sexy and it's easy and you can highlight the gameplay. But at the end of the day, you don't really know what it's going to do. So we'll see.
TG, I don't mean to hog the time or anything. I've been watching S-Tier Youngblood for years. I've been a big fan of his. But you have anything you want to ask? Go ahead.
I am not bothered. Please, y'all go ahead. It's okay. I'm not, well versed in that topic, so it's best for y'all to take that one anyway.
Well, it's all right with me. I'm actually about to go to bed anyway, so I just wanted to hop in and say I love you guys, and hopefully I can contribute a little bit, and hope you guys have a good Friday night.
Yeah, thank you, y'all. We appreciate having you.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Take care.
All right, guys. Next up, we're gonna have a machinima called Hostage. And our lovely producer is going to drop the link in the chat. Should you guys decide to watch it later on? Because
And remember, no one has said the secret word yet, so you have to be in Discord with us.
We still got an Ursa Rover 6 months insurance up for grabs, but you got to come in the chat, the live chat with us, and speak out loud with your mouth and say the secret word. Yeah, secret word. We're not going to tell you what the word is. You just have to accidentally say it.
Otherwise, it would be a secret.
Not a secret if we tell everybody. You have to come in the live chat, Daedalus. Not in the stream chat.
In Discord.
Into Discord with us and talk. You did not, STL. I was actually listening to hear if you accidentally said it.
I'm liking it so far, the machinima.
Sir, we'll be in orbit in 20 minutes.
Do your job.
Why are you so stressed?
It's a big deal. They can change everything for my family and can benefit all humanity. I don't like to do this.
Burning things in a secret meeting. That's too risky.
No one knows about this meeting. What are you afraid of?
If a problem occurred,
My reputation, yours, and all my livelihoods are depending on this deal.
It's gonna be alright.
I hope so.
I'm not doing anything, Admiral.
traitors.
I don't care what you are or what you're doing. I just want to ransom. I know who you are. Ron and Bert Meyer, brother CEO of Meyer Interstellar Transport. You have a big fleet, don't you? Keep quiet and stay calm. Deploy action plan. Copy that.
Hey, je sais pas français, ça sera bien. No sneaky French.
Really dangerous. No, I'm kidding.
I'm doing everything to solve the situation with you, Jordan, but I can't agree to your demand now. I need more time.
I give you 1 hour, no more.
Shit.
Who's in charge?
Me. I'm the negotiator.
Go to Harris Special Ops. What's the situation?
We have a 1031 armed suspect with hostages. Communication is stalled.
What do they want?
Credits. Lots of credits.
No kidding. Okay, now I lead this operation. Where did I enter?
Maybe I can get more time.
The Empire has no tolerance for this farce. Time is already wasted. To all, start progression.
Did a camera burn?
Are you gonna kill
They failed their objectives and all the team is dead, but the transaction cannot be finished.
So what do you think of the video, TJ? Feels a little bit like oh wow, I can't think of the movie now. Blade Runner. Okay, so now what do you think about it, Gigi?
I liked it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I will say that watching this, if I'm correct, this is from like last year in June, and Star Citizen has come quite a ways in a year.
Well, actually, this was like
animations are much better now. Much better now.
Yeah, this was like past 3.3 to 3.5. So I mean, it was released in June, but it probably started. Who knows? I forget when 3.3 was, but maybe back in January of last year. It probably took a while, but I mean, I could tell that the people put a lot of work into this. And I bet that some of them are kicking themselves saying, "Oh, we should have waited for the technology or like facial wear to get better and stuff like that." But I mean, for what they had at the time, this was pretty good work. I could tell that he wanted them.
Old classic, you can't run Star Citizen bug in there.
I could tell that they wanted a cinematic feel, so it feels kind of slow, like maybe like a 1970s.
I was here for the music. It like I said, I liked it. It wasn't the best one I've ever seen. It wasn't the worst one I've ever seen, but it was pretty cool. I like that they're French because hey.
Exactly, Kusanagi. They can easily make a series out of it.
I always like seeing stuff like this because you realize that somebody sat down and wrote a script and then went into Star Citizen with their friends and really put effort and thought and time into doing something like this, and that's really cool to see someone doing so much with the game, even when it maybe was a little more buggy than we have now. That's nice.
As Quinn said, 3.3 was November 2018, and 3.5 was April 2019. So that was a good, 5 months between those two. So yeah, you could definitely tell. But like I said, I'm not taking anything away from the work that they actually put into it. They put mad work into this, so bravo to them for that.
All right, chat. We are going to wrap it up for the evening, but we would love for you guys to come hang out with us on Sunday. We're going to be doing a show on 2019 SitCon, and we're going to be having Mezocast on as our very special guest. So we would love for you guys to come and hang out with us as every Sunday you do, and we love you for it, okay? So we'll check you out then, and until then, love, peace, and soul.
Are we going to be waiting?